children. So happy welcome. We have come to the second section. Do you remember our first sections? We learned about nutrients, different type of nutrients, isn't it? Now today we are going to continue with the other part of the lesson. The first one is roughage. Roughage does not have any nutrient, but it is very, very important for our body because a roughage helps us to get rid of waste from our body. It gives bulk to the food, and it does not contain, as I said, it does not contain any nutrient, but it is very important for our body because it helps us to remove waste. We have to remove waste from our body, the stool. Every day we have to remove. If you don't remove waste from our body get skin disease and other kind of diseases we get. Mostly vegetables and fruit contain a lot of roughage in it. So we have to include roughage food in our diet. So the next important thing is water. Water is very essential for our body. It maintains the temperature. It helps us to remove the waste, and it also helps to digest the food. And we have to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water every day. So look at the board. It removes the waste, maintain the temperature, help to digest the food properly, and we have to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water every day to stay healthy. We'll move on to the next one. That is balanced diet. What is balanced diet? That is eating a food which contains all the nutrient at the proper amount is called balanced diet. So along with balanced food, you have to take food rich in fiber and also drink 8 to 10 glasses of water to stay healthy. Okay. So we are moving to the next one, that is cooking food. Why should we cook food? If you cook food only, we can kill the germs in that. We can't eat all the food raw. Sometimes we eat raw food like salad. We can eat onion, some vegetable like cucumber, carrot, like salad. But we can't eat mutton, chicken, all beef, all these raw. So we have to cook food. So what happens when you cook food? When you cook food, cooking kills the germs in that and makes the food tasty and soft. So cooking also makes the food easy to digest. This is cooking. We have to cook moderate as needed. If you overcook, the nutrient value in that will be spoiled. Next, you would have seen your mother soaking pulses overnight. So when she do that, you must tell her not to waste that water the next morning. If you throw away that water, what happens? The nutrient value in the pulses will be dissolved in the water and that will get lost. So we have to use the water in which it is soaked so that the nutrient value is not lost. Okay. Next one is when you cut vegetables, you have to wash the vegetables and then chop. Otherwise, all the nutrient value in that will be washed away. So these are the two tips which you have to keep while you're cooking. Next one is preserving food. There are many ways of preserving food. So we are going to study all that one by one. The first one is drying. So we dry many food items under the sun. The first one is chili. So second one is grapes. When you dry, you remove the water content in that and you remove the air and seal it in an airtight packet so that it remains safe for a long period of time. The second one is if you keep cooked food open for a long time, what happens? The microorganism will come and spoil the food. So it becomes spoiled. We cannot use it. So what we have to do, we have to keep them in refrigerator, because in refrigerator the temperature is low where the microorganism cannot grow. The food will be safe for 2-3 days. So there are certain food items which you can't keep down. We have to keep in deep freezer like beef, chicken, fish. All these should be kept in the freezer, deep freezer, where the water content is turned into ice and the microorganism cannot grow on that, and the food will remain safe for months. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next one. This is deep freezer. The next one is bottling. Just like keeping food in the freezer, we can also preserve food in bottles. You heat the food in the bottle, remove the air and you seal the bottle. So this is called bottling. Just like bottling, you also keep food in tin. You heat the food and remove the air content in that and you seal the tin. That's called canning. You can preserve food through canning also. The next one is adding salt and oil. You add salt, vinegar and oil. This is called pickling. That is, you add a lot of oil. So oil helps to keep the thing safe for a long period of time. Okay, the next one is adding sugar. That is, the fruit pulp is cooked in sugar syrup and it remains good for a long period of time. Okay, the next one is adding salt to fish. It is called dry fish. In Malayalam we call onakami. So this salt helps us to have the food substance safe for a long period of time. Okay, the next one is adding chemical. That is, you add sulfur dioxide to cake, pickles, jam, squash, so that the food is kept safe for a long period of time. So far we learned about roughage, then we learned about water, then we learned about what is balanced diet, then we learned why we should cook food, then we learned 2 tips what you should keep in the mind while cooking, then we learned about preservation. There are different ways of preserving food. One is called drying, then keeping in fridge, deep freezer, then we learned bottling, canning, then adding salt, adding sugar, adding oil. The last we learned about adding sulfur dioxide. So these are the various methods of keeping food safe for a long period of time. Hope you enjoyed the class. Watch the video for 2 or 3 times. Prepare, note down your doubts. Thanks for watching my class. So signing off, Sophia Shaji. We shall meet in the next class. Thank you all.